Alright, let's get this spooky show on the road. Today, we're diving into the top horror movie of 2024, and trust me, these flicks are going to send chills down your spine. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and get ready for a thrilling ride. Starting off our list at number 10 is Tarot. Tarot was 2024's reminder to not mess around with scary-looking objects that do not belong to you. Despite multiple warnings from the home's owner, a group of friends renting the place for the night ignore the literal warning signs and snoop around. Eventually coming across a foreboding deck of tarot cards, they ask experienced tarot reader Harriet Slater, to give them each a reading. Ignoring the rule regarding not using someone else's deck, Haley gives everyone in the room a tarot reading, including herself, sealing their fates. What follows is a fun, popcorn-style horror movie made strong by the authentic creature designs of the manifestations of the cards that come to life to kill based on each friend's destiny established by Haley's readings. Tarot follows familiar tropes that make the plot and the loopholes predictable. But there are surprises and effective scares throughout that keep the film interesting.
Hello?
You're never to deal with a deck of a stranger.
Coming in at number 9 is Night Swim. What the movie brings to the table are believable characters, interesting mythology, a few decent tension-filled scenes, and Wyatt Russell. Russell stars as Ray Waller, a former pro baseball player who was forced to retire early due to multiple sclerosis (MS). When his family moves into a new home with a swimming pool, Ray's symptoms begin to disappear the more time he spends in the water. The family learns the hard way that the pool's waters have a dark history and require sacrifices in return for its gifts. The cast plays the Waller family sincerely, making their plight all the more sympathetic. Even Ray, who makes decisions that unwittingly put his family in danger, has understandable motivations for not wanting to give up the pool. Having so much ripped away due to an illness, and then suddenly being healthy again, with a new, bright future ahead, would make many people blind to the very clear signs of a haunted swimming pool.
Marco.
Next up at number 8 is Infested. The creature feature of the year is this French spider bonanza, in which director and co-writer Sebastian Vanacek brings a tidal wave of lethal arachnids to a rundown apartment building. Audiences will jump, flinch, and itch as the body count rises, and the spiders run amok across every wall and surface. In one of those classic deep impact / Armageddon situations, 2024 has given us 2 spider horrors in quick succession. Sting is out now in UK's cinemas, but it'll be hard to top French horror Infested, which sees a group of people fight to survive when a venomous spider turns an apartment building into its own web trap. Arachnophobes need not apply, as Infested might even make spider lovers squirm with its intense creepy crawly scares. At number 7 we have In a Violent Nature. In a Violent Nature brilliantly subverts horror expectations by not only centering most of the film's perspective from the killer's point of view, but doing so in a way audiences have never really seen before. Horror movies like American Psycho and The House That Jack Built are among a select few where viewers follow the killer acting as the film's main character. What sets In a Violent Nature apart is that this is a silent slasher taking the reins of the story. Viewers have no choice but to follow his steady footsteps and relentless brutality without monologues or justifications. The result is a raw, increasingly suspenseful, and smart narrative. Johnny, the undead killer, only wants one thing in the movie: to retrieve his dead mother's necklace that was stolen from his grave and wreak bloody vengeance on those who stole it. The premise is simple and effective, working well within classic slasher tropes, specifically inspired by Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th. Taking the number 6 spot is stop motion. Ella Aisling Franciosi is the daughter of Suzanne Blake, Stella Gonet, a famous filmmaker who specializes in stop-motion animation. After Suzanne suffers a stroke, Ella determines to finish her mother's final film. Renting a flat in order to work, Ella meets a creepy little child, Kaylin Springle, who tells her the film she's working on is boring. She should try something else instead. That something else ends up involving raw meat, dead animals, and altogether unpleasant-looking puppets. Stop motion is a slow build loaded with dread. Blending live action and ghoulish scenes of stop-motion animation, Robert Morgan's psychological horror pick brings us deep into Ella's fractured mind. Everything here feels slightly off, with blurry cinematography, intense sound design, and those nasty little puppets blending together into nightmare fuel.
I want to go. I want to go.
Alright, folks, listen up. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give the video a good old-fashioned thumbs up. Let's show the creator some love, shall we? Halfway through our list at number 5 is I Saw the TV Glow. I Saw the TV Glow is the most surreal horror drama of 2024, and possibly the most important. After Maddie introduces Owen to a horror mystery series called The Pink Opaque, he becomes increasingly obsessed with the show, and his reality starts to blur. The cancellation of The Pink Opaque threatens to shatter Owen's reality completely, and that's only the beginning of the movie's coming-of-age story. As I Saw the TV Glow explores the film's deeper meanings of identity, escapism, childhood obsessions, and the queer experience, Smith shines in a raw, emotional performance. As Owen's journey plays out, the theme of self-discovery and acceptance as a young adult burrows itself into the narrative, and Smith executes Owen's experience skillfully.
I told myself I made the right choice.
Coming in at number 4 is Abigail. Abigail is the most entertaining horror movie of 2024 overall. It features a strong ensemble led by Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, and Alicia Weir, with every cast member executing their roles perfectly. A group of criminals believe they're in for a big payday after kidnapping a young girl, but their easy babysitting gig turns into a nightmare when it's revealed that the titularly named Abigail is actually a vampire. The night becomes an all-out battle for survival as the group desperately tries to live long enough for the sun to rise. Even then, escape is unlikely. Loosely inspired by 1930 SIX's Dracula's Daughter, the film offers multiple twists, plenty of scares, bloody kills, and laugh-out-loud moments. Even the Abigail soundtrack provides a thrilling atmosphere in addition to the movie's mostly one-location setting in the vampire's gorgeous but creepy mansion.
Whoa! She's fucking flying!
Breaking into the top 3 is The First Omen. The First Omen is a great example of a prequel to a classic horror franchise done right. Set immediately before the beginning of 1970 SIX's The Omen, the movie tells the story of Margaret, who finds herself in Rome ready to take the veil in service of the Catholic Church. After meeting a troubled girl named Carlita, Margaret is contacted by Father Brennan telling her of a dark conspiracy by this particular religious sect. As insidious events and horrific hallucinations plague Margaret, she discovers the truth behind the church's evil plans. the prequel stays firmly within the tone established by the rest of the Omen franchise. Additionally, there are fun Easter eggs in the First Omen beyond the presence of Father Brennan, such as a callback to the "It's All For You" scene in the original film. In telling a story that directly leads into the Omen, the filmmakers smartly ensured the movie respected continuity as much as possible.
Mother of what?
It's the mark of the devil.
At number 2, we have Immaculate. Immaculate is arguably Sydney Sweeney's best role yet. She plays the devout Sister Cecilia, who travels to an Italian convent she will now call home. Unfortunately for her, Cecilia does not know about the nun who attempts to escape at the beginning of the film and has her leg viciously snapped, or Father Sal Tedeschi's sinister plans. Within time, Cecilia finds herself pregnant by Immaculate Conception and supposedly carrying the new savior. She quickly realizes the convent is not holy and becomes trapped inside its insidious walls before taking extreme measures to escape. The film smartly ties the big reveal about how Cecilia was impregnated to science and man's hubris instead of a supernatural explanation. The true horror of Immaculate lies in so-called devout people twisting their religious faith in horrifying and harmful ways. An actual demon is not needed for this story to terrify audiences.
Suffering.
And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our list is Late Night with the Devil. The film is set up as a found-footage documentary of sorts, only it happens to be a recorded taping of a 1970s late-night talk show hosted by Jack Delroy. This particular episode finds Jack desperately attempting to earn high enough viewership to keep his show on the air. His idea is to dedicate the hour to an all-Halloween-themed episode, including communicating with the devil, who could be possessing a young girl. To say this plan blows up in Jack's face is putting it lightly. Das Malkian's performance proved him a leading actor, especially in the horror genre. All eyes are on him almost constantly, and he carries the weight effortlessly. As the movie ramps up and the tension builds, Late Night with the Devil takes its time to explore the timeless argument of skepticism versus belief, grounding the story in a sense of reality.
You're about to see.
You okay, Jack?
It's profoundly disturbing and shocking.
So there you have it, folks, the top horror movie of 2024. From haunted houses to nightmare carnivals, from the depths of the ocean to the shadows of the woods, these movies are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, so get ready to scream. Trust me, these movies are not to be missed.